I'm excited to see you back in the ring. It's been about 8 months out of the ring for you. So I just got to ask, how's life? How's training? Are you ready to get back out there?
Life is magnificent. I literally just been training, staying focused, and waiting for the anticipation to come back and entertain.
Absolutely. Now, you're at a great point in your career. Still highly ranked. You've challenged for multiple world titles, but many people, including myself, believe that you're almost not even at the peak of your career yet when you look at the possible fights that are on the horizon for you. Do you agree that we haven't even seen the best Anthony Yarde yet?
I agree 100%. I just feel like being active, and that's even part of this fight I have coming up, is activity. I want to be in the ring. Everyone's going to have their opinion, and the level I should be fighting at, how big the fight should be. But if you look into history in boxing, someone like James Toney, because everything wasn't televised back then, they used to have a world title fight, then go and have another fight, 10 rounds off TV, gaining experience. That's why if you look at their record, they got so many fights, but we only saw so many. So again, everyone knows as an amateur I was inexperienced, 12 amateur fights, and I made it to the top of the mountain twice. Next time, they say, freeze a charm. So next time I get to that world title stage, I'll be taking it.
Now, piggybacking off that last question, we just saw the undisputed fight in your weight division over the weekend in Saudi Arabia. Depending on what happens with those belts, because whoever really knows what's going to go on with the belts, you obviously could be back in line for a title shot, and obviously the Joshua Buatsi fight has been talked about, a lot to take place on a domestic level. Where does Anthony Yarde want to see Anthony Yarde in the next 12 months?
I want to see myself wherever I'm meant to be. I'm a firm believer in that. My thing is to work hard. My career is not based on the individual, but I've said it, I want the biggest fights out there. That's the Joshua Buatsi, that's the Beterbiev 2, that's Bivol. That's anybody that's in light heavyweight, that's a big fight. That's the fights I want to be involved in.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the fight that you have on Saturday. You're facing Ralph Wilkins, a former WBC international light heavyweight champion. He just has 1 defeat in 18 pro fights. He's not a guy that you can take lightly, especially at the level that you're at now. And a potential, what they call a banana skin. As you look to set up another world title shot, how are you looking at this fight on Saturday?
I take this fight as if it's a world title fight. I don't take no opponent lightly. And the way I see it is, from what I'm hearing, he's top 15 with the WBA. Decent record. I don't care if he had 100 losses on his record. I'm going out there 100%, trying to, do what I do, entertain the fans, win by knockout.
What can the fans expect from Anthony Yarde on Saturday and moving forward?
Lots of excitement. So get your tea, get your biscuits, get your popcorn out. The main event, again, fantastic fight. But I'm here as a filler, You need some entertainment before the entertainment. That's what I'm here for.
I love that. And I know the fans are going to enjoy it on Saturday. Anthony, thank you for joining us. Ben, again, you have a star on your hands and a possible world champion. He's looking for massive fights. What do you want to see from Anthony Yarde?
Look, I just think I speak for all boxing fans when I say it's just great to see Anthony Yarde back in the ring. We don't have many superstars, genuine stars that can capture the imagination of mainstream sports fans, and Anthony Yarde is one of them. So to see him on the platform Sky Sports is incredible. He's actually got Ralph Wilkins here, who's a lot tougher than people are saying, coming off the back of a very good knockout win, and I want to see Anthony perform. I want to see the Anthony Yarde that, as a fan, I love to watch, and he's at the Copper Box near his hometown, and he'll want to put on a massive, massive performance. We know what fights are beyond this one. We know the big nights are to come, but this is about getting him back in the ring and putting his name in lights and showing what the fans they've been missing. We talked about the Riyadh season card on Saturday, undisputed fight we saw. The light heavyweight division is right now probably the most exciting it's been in quite some time. Where do you see Anthony Yarde fitting in to that light heavyweight scene? Look, he's been, as he said, to the top of the mountain twice already and taken on the very, very toughest tests. I think now obviously, we love that Buatsi-Yarde fight. I know that's the fight that the fans want to see. I know that's the fight that have been calling for, but until it's made, it's not made, and he needs to put in a performance on Saturday. Josh has just won the WBO interim title, so it can be for that title as well. But he'll have his own ambitions. He wants to fight for another world title. He wants to become another world champion, and in this country, as you said, light heavyweight division, we've got another massive fight on the card between Dan Aziz and Louis Edmondson. There's Josh Buatsi, there's Ben Whittaker, there's Anthony Yarde, all in the domestic light heavyweight scene, and this is the place to be, and this is where the big fights are going to happen. And I'm delighted to see him here, and delighted to see him in the ring on Saturday night.
He's an exciting addition to the card. Anthony Yarde, like he even mentioned, he's someone that can come into a card and bring excitement and bring showmanship and bring energy to the crowd that's there. What can the fans, in your perspective, can expect from Anthony Yarde on Saturday?
They can expect a showman. And as I said, there's not many fighters, if any, in that light heavyweight division that can fight the way Anthony Yarde can fight. He's a superb talent. And when we talked about earlier, how can we take boxing to bigger audiences? How can we get new fans into the sport? You do it with stars that fans can relate to, and I think that's Anthony Yarde's job on Saturday night, is to make a performance that will engage not just the boxing fans but the wider sports audience. And I think it comes off the back of Arsenal. I think we're going to have a huge audience coming into Anthony Yarde, which is his team, and I expect him to do the business.